Question of the day. What is your preference when it comes to expansions? Are you more of a, I want more of the same, or do you want something that drastically changes the game? Or are you one of those ones that looks for an expansion to see what fixes the original? Now, me personally, I like the more of like, give me more, give me a sideboard. I'm that kind of expansion person, right? But I also appreciate expansions that really add some just flavor to the original. But I've given it the choice of the two. I want the one that's like, here's a sideboard, new races, all this sort of stuff. Like these aliens do this, blah, blah, blah. Today we're not talking about aliens, we're not talking about a sideboard, we're talking about new standees, celebrities, and burglars. Because today we're talking about the two new expansions to Picture Perfect. This would be the Pickpockets expansion and the Movie Star expansion. These add flavor to the original game, which already is one of the best games ever. It's a beautiful game. It's smart. It does some unique things. Love, love, love Picture Perfect. I need to see about how I can get one of those cutouts of me. Robert, come on. Let's work on this. Anyway, Picture Perfect's a great game. It looks adorable, and it's just fun to play. But today we're talking about these two expansions, which will add some twists, tweaks, and variants, and even an ability where you can put all this together and play with 20 of these guests at the same time. So let's take a look at Picture Perfect right now. All right, so these are the new expansions to Picture Perfect. So right here we have Movie Stars on the right. This comes with Charlie Chaplin. This, I want to say, gosh, it's not Monroe, I don't think, the way she's turned around like that. It's, oh my gosh, not Betty. What's the woman from all the classics? Anyway, and then Laurel and Hardy right here. Love that these are real people pictured in here. Over here you've got some convicts who are not even trying to hide it. I mean, they are pickpockets, but they're dressed as people who are in jail so that maybe they're throwing off the scent, because why would they be trying to steal stuff at a party if they were just escaped from prison? Or maybe they just escaped from prison to go steal stuff from a party so they can get out and get back into the real world. I don't know. Point being, I do love the costumes here. Now, the back of these does matter. It's blacked out just like many of the other ones, but when this is blacked out, this is also part of a new game mode that is in the pickpocket version. So let's talk Movie Stars first, because the really only big difference is the fact that there are some different cards. So for instance, it says I want to speak with a woman. This means facing. They need to be facing towards a woman. This says I want a picture with, my face should be the closest to there. So essentially when your picture, whoever it is, wherever this is, should be the closest face to this person. And with Laurel and Hardy, it actually means both faces there. So what that means is if you've got somebody really close on this side but not over here, then it won't actually count. So you've got to be really careful with placing that out. But that's the new stuff there. You also have some autobiography stuff here that says the start player goes first, followed by the other player. The active player gives the other player 2 of their envelopes and chooses one. Just a couple things like that. Their switch cards a little bit different, but not a ton. That is what comes in the Movie Star expansion. So it's not a huge change, but it is a little bit of a change over there. Now here comes a much bigger change to the game. Now I say change, it's a new phase. So there are 2 ways to play this. You could play these characters just like you played those characters over there. But you also have this other mode called the pickpockets and the valuables. You'll give people valuables, and everybody will choose one of their starter envelopes, and they'll put a valuable in that envelope. So you'll know where one valuable is, but you won't know where all of them are. And you'll deduce where the valuables are, because at the end, right before you get ready to take your picture, you'll then flip this sand timer, and you'll have exactly that long to place them. You do not place them before that or after that. You cannot take the picture. You can't put the picture in there to remember. You have to essentially start putting these standees here next to people that you have valuables. Now, they can only steal 1 valuable total per standee. They can only steal from 1 person. 1 person can't be stolen from twice. And essentially, once something's been stolen, it's stolen. Now, you're going to be tallying up the scores at the end of this when you take your picture, and that timer just ended there. So if somebody does the math on that, it probably was 30 seconds. The tally at the end is if you've stolen 1, it's 5, 2, it's 13, and 3, it's 25. Now, I think that's based, yeah, that's the same for player count. I forgot. But that is the new wrinkle. Now, you could just add them in and invite the convicts to the party, pickpockets to the party, but you also have a lot of different cards here that have to do with the auction phase and then the regular phase if you're playing the basic game. But that is the new stuff that comes with Picture Perfect, Pickpocket expansion, and the Movie Star expansion. So that is the Pickpocket and Movie Star expansion. Now, the Movie Star expansion is a little bit more straightforward. It adds some new standees and a couple of more mechanics on the cards as well as the auction cards. But the Pickpocket expansion adds a whole new wrinkle, this idea of playing with a sand timer where you get one special mode where you at the very end have to quickly remember where people were and then put them down to where you're stealing goods from them. And then the stolen goods can get you some serious points. So that's a twist in gameplay completely that's not just playing the same way. Now, you can also add it in where the pickpockets get invited to your party, which again, why would you willingly do that? Unless you're one of those people that's like, you know what? Redemption. That's what we're doing. Pickpockets can come to the party as well. The movie stars can come to the party, and then you can also play the game with everybody at once. So me personally ranking these, I like the wrinkle of the added phase of the Pickpocket expansion. I like the fact that you have to, leave them out and then quickly do it. But I also like the movie star stuff. It really does feel funny that you're trying to get your picture with them. You're trying to talk to them. You're trying to hobnob and do these. I think of scenes from like Downton Abbey where they're always, even though they are royalty-ish, kind of down the line, I guess they're highborn or whatever it's called. They still always want to talk to the celebrities when they get there. They always want to be the first to talk to them, the musicians and all that sort of stuff. So having that little twist is just cool. So if you like Picture Perfect, there is zero reason not to pick this up. You need to pick these up just because it adds such cool flavor to the game that's already so good. Plus, you can just play this the normal way where you add these in, take some of the old ones out, or you can add it all the way up to 20. I love Picture Perfect. I'm looking forward to the Sherlock Holmes edition as well. But Picture Perfect is a great game. If you like the original, get these. If you don't like the original, there's not enough meat on these to change the game enough to where you're going to go, oh, well, that's my game for me now. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't met anybody who doesn't like Picture Perfect. It's just such a good game. So, Picture Perfect, the Pickpocket, and Movie Star expansions. I'm Brian Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, etc. at Dice Tower Brian. Till next time, we'll see you.